Travels, aviation, tourism, lifestyle, and destinations. While learning the people, culture, and everything in between, one episode at a time. Introducing your host, Tayar Arishadare. Welcome to the Traviator. Learn the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Traviator. My name is Tayo Orishadare. On this edition of the Traviator, we'll be talking about something of interest to human beings, to us as a whole. And only recently, Europe and United Kingdom decided, after very, very long negotiation, to if you will, go their separate ways while still also having some relationships sustained along the line. I'm sure this decision is not just going to be affecting these two regions as a country only, or as countries and sovereignties only. These will also affect, amongst other things, businesses, individuals, relationships, families, emotions, and the likes. On today's edition of the Traviator, we'll be discussing Brexit, especially from the perspective of someone who actually experienced this, being a European living in London. If you know, for those people that are really very used to the United Kingdom, especially London, London is like a melting pot of different people, races, color, background, professional or otherwise. And what better place to really see the color, the rainbow of Europe as it then was, with United Kingdom as a part of that union, than London. It is not out of place for you to just walk the street of West London and hear all languages, especially the European languages, but also by extension, languages as far-flung as the extreme eastern part of the world, or also the extreme western part of the world. On to this edition of the Traviator, I will not be doing this alone as usual. I have with me someone who I have known for quite a bit now, and she is currently the deputy business manager in an academy in London. She's originally Greek, and she's been in the United Kingdom for 5 years. She was my schoolmate of the Great University of Leicester some years back, when she had a master's in business administration and management. Beyond anything else, my guest was known to almost everybody in the class because of her very, very lovely and bubbly personality. She was friends to everybody and possibly enemy to none. She's a level 7 leadership holder, and she currently resides in the United Kingdom as a European who actually resides in that country. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Souzana Diafonopoulou. How did I do?
Very good, very well.
Yeah, so I made sure I didn't muddle it. Like I had to actually take a breath. What is the right pronunciation?
Long name. It's a long, long name, and Greek is a difficult language.
So what's the right pronunciation?
It was okay.
It was okay. Yeah, well, at least if you could just accept that, then I'm okay with that. How are you doing today?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm very happy to your broadcast and the theme.
Thank you so much. And that's a very beautiful place there. I can see that you're someone who is very much in touch with nature.
I'm trying.
Right.
Because I'm coming also from Greece, which is a sunny place most of the time. And being here, you need to have a nice place also, at least because we're working 24/7 sometimes.
I know, right?
When you come home, you want to have something, more more with the nature. So you need to have a view, or you create a view, you do something.
Oh, okay. So these flowers, do they have names?
And no,
Did you give them
I'm
pet
not.
names?
No. I'm not. I'm not so much with taking care of them. Believe me,
But
I have specifically chosen things that they can live by themselves. Yes.
But I must say they're looking really beautiful.
Oh, thank you very much.
This is a beautiful view. Can I see more of it? Can I see more of that view?
Let me.
Whoa.
I chose a view. I chose the house for the view first.
It's very breathtaking. I mean, I can live in this place forever. We can't have barbecues. So it's not the ideal one. Well, I'm sure we can manage. I can do without barbecue for a while, or I can go get it maybe around the corner shop.
That's good.
It's nice to see you again, Souzana.
It's nice to see you too, Adaya.
And thank you and welcome to the Traviator.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
So how does it feel like moving to London for you?
It was a big decision. I wanted to, first of all, I came because I wanted to be closer to the university. Back then I was still, I haven't finished my MBA. And I always wanted to come also because I was looking for a better future. And because in Greece, we did have issues with economic crisis. Back then, when I came, it was starting a downfall. So I assumed, coming to UK, many opportunities would come up. To be honest, when I came without finding first a job. So it was a difficult time for me. And but thankfully I managed very well after 7 or 8 months. Thankfully I found a good job, but I must say that there were back then when borders and there wasn't any Brexit. Back then I still found some difficulties and challenges from British people, British in very good positions, like in higher leadership teams. They did see people coming from Europe with a little bit of hesitations, like, are you gonna stay for long? Are you gonna, we're gonna provide you any courses, any development, and then you can go back. And especially for good positions, we couldn't, I saw many hesitations. They weren't very open and very welcome, I'll be honest, at least in my field.
Oh, okay. So, but I hope now that, can you really say now that after 5 years, you've actually been able to settle down a bit?
Yes, when you are here and they saw that, that you have been here, you're living, you had positions similar to what you're doing here in UK, then yes, they start trusting you more. Yes, and they start seeing differently. When I came first, as I said, there were many challenges of how they look at you. It didn't matter what experience you had in Greece or in other countries, there were more, they wanted experience in UK. So there are difficulties, especially when someone comes from Europe, at least, not only I believe in Europe, from other countries as well. When they come to UK, they will face these difficulties. The people will see, okay, yes, you do have experience, but not in UK.
So That's interesting. So, what did it take you to move from Greece to the United Kingdom? Maybe in terms of documentation requirement or immigration requirement and stuff like that.
Back then, I'll be honest, thank God I had a friend over here, and because applying for your national insurance number, it was a challenge. You need to have a place to stay, a permanent, not a hotel. You needed to provide some evidence that you live in that place, either with a utility bill or whatever. Then you needed to establish, are you working or not? When I came, as I told you, I didn't have a job. I just came and I wanted to find a job, and it was a difficult part for me to, the whole procedure. While other people, when they came because they were doctors or they were called from a company to work here, it was easier for them. Or people that they were in UK as students and then they found jobs to do. Again, it was easier. A transition was easier for them. But for me, it wasn't that easy. And I see now that people that will come, if they want to come to UK, since there is a Brexit, yes, there will be difficulties for newcomers from Europe, definitely, because they will need a visa right now. Definitely, they will need to have a place to stay. The jobs, it depends on what foundations they have and what is their background. I've seen that if they will come for, let's say, working as plain workers by daily rate or hourly rate, again, I see some difficulties for them to gain the national insurance number.
Right.
And to go to a bank, for example, to go to a bank and start a new account, you will need so many documents and it won't be easy for them. Unless they have someone already, they can stay with them, they can financially, they will be okay and have something. Definitely things have changed and will change more. Not only with the Brexit, but also with the COVID that we are facing right now.
Understood. So just listening to you already, we could see that things were a bit easier for Europeans in the UK before Brexit than now. So in just one sentence, what does Brexit mean to you?
Brexit, for me now that I am 5 years here, to be honest, it doesn't mean a lot. Because I have a work, I have a place to stay, my life has been settled. So the only, and it was easy transition for us that we were here already, with going on their website, do a EU settlement. They allow you to stay more until you be able to do either a permanent residency application or if you want also to get citizenship. But for others, newcomers, I see that there are difficulties. They won't be able to come right as they used to come for a few months or for a year, work, go back, or whatever. This will not be easy for them.
Understood. So if you want to look at it from both sides of the coin, what would you say are the benefits and possibly the challenges of Brexit, whether to you as a European living in the UK or also for the larger UK, Europe and also United Kingdom as a country?
What I've seen in my experience from my workplace, although I know about the reasons that UK wants to leave Brexit, to leave the European Union, I see that in the future we will have, we will face a little bit more issues. Yes, they're doing it for their economic and political reasons, but for example, I will give you an example in our school, because I'm working in the education sector. Previous years, every September, we had many newcomers. Apart from the people that they were living here, you had also from Europe, a lot of people that were coming to work, and they had families. So you had more applications every September with students that they were coming, not from other countries outside Europe, but many from Europe. And this has been decreased significantly. Especially this year, I saw that we have significantly reduced amount of students coming from Europe. I see also in many other jobs, although we have COVID and at the moment everything is frozen, I can say that, jobs have been lost and everything. If everything goes okay and in a couple of years shops are reopening and everything is going back at least to normal times like we had before, there were many jobs that they were occupied not by British people but from foreigners, because everybody was actually benefit from this side. For example, you were going to a shop and you had many waiters just for a couple of months because they came from Zurich, Germany, Greece, and other countries. You had, let's go also to the supermarkets, the easy thing. You had a lot of supplies from Spain, and now you won't have that. We will see an increase of a lot of products. And also, I believe that there will be other economical reasons and economic situation that we'll face.
Okay, that's true. I mean, to every positive thing, there might also always be that additional challenge. Yeah. But from you as a person, how have you adapted to this change?
For me, as I said, because I was already here, I only had to do the EU settlement. In my workplace, again, I provided only that I won't have any issues. And I will make the arrangements to get a permanent residency here. Back home, at the moment, you don't need to require any visas. We are in the transition. I didn't have any serious issues. The only thing I see is that it will affect our lives in the long term.
Understood. Okay, so what would be your advice for the average European who still wants to migrate into the UK, or maybe the young European person who is in the UK also trying to forge a better life for him or herself like you did?
Mm-hmm. The new young people that they are here already, maybe studying, I don't see that they will have too many issues because they will be adapting the new situation easily. They will know the rules, they will know what's going on. Probably they will already have some jobs. So I don't see too much effect on them. But for outside the UK, people the young people that they want to come and work or in good positions or in just a restaurant or other jobs, I believe that they will face some difficulties and entering the country, getting the necessary documents. it will be more difficult for them. And also adjusting their lives. People will not be able to find a place to live easily. They will start having issues, especially in London. Maybe outside London will be easier, but in London it will be difficult. And you know about the prices and how high they are. Even with the Brexit, and even a lot of people after Brexit, we see that they were leaving UK. They left London. They went back to their hometowns or countries. We have seen that the prices have remained the same. They haven't changed at all. Outside London, there is a change, but inside London, no.
Understood. Thank you very much for this insight, Susan. And I'm sure that we'll be coming back to you again very soon. And this time around, I promise you we'll be talking about tourism and the Greece economy, especially Greece as a tourism destination. I know that there are a lot of Nigerians who actually year in, year out, try to take their times out and to go on vacation. And Greece is one of those places that they really, really love to visit.
Not only in vacation, we have many Nigerians living in Athens, for example, or other places. And they have been living for a very long time.
I would love to really, really know more about this. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that has been my time with Suzanne on this topic, Brexit from the eyes of a London European. As you can see, for everything that have advantages, there are also some challenges. For the United Kingdom as a whole, we believe that everything is a bit slow now because of COVID-19, but maybe after the pandemic is over, we begin to see some of the effects of Brexit on United Kingdom as a country. And for those young Europeans who are also looking forward to leading a better life in the United Kingdom, things might have changed a bit. And that would mean that you need to just do some more planning, know what paths there are for you to be able to migrate legally into the United Kingdom. Besides that, also is the fact that for the Europeans, especially the young ones who happens to be students in the United Kingdom, you probably might not have as many challenges like those people who just want to be new entrants, because I also know that there are some new paths in the United Kingdom immigration policy that are now opening to intending immigrants if you actually schooled in one of the United Kingdom universities. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure that for those people that are listening at home, we've been able to learn one or two things, and we've been able to see the United Kingdom and the Brexit from the eyes of a London girl. Thank you again, Suzanne, for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
And we look forward to having you again. And maybe the next time we'll be actually you'll be hosting us in your very, very lovely space.
I would love that. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Okay, so it's been Tayo on the Traviator this afternoon. As always, like we say, learn your truth, but also take your time to learn the world truth. And we'll be here to bridge the gap between your truth and the world truth. Until the next time, keep learning the world.
Thanks for joining us on The Traviator. Please stay up to date with us by visiting thetraviator.com. You may also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and all podcast outlets. Until next time, keep learning the world, and we'll see you on the next episode of The Traviator Podcast.